Okay, I want to thank you all very much for being here tonight. I really can't believe this is February. People warned me that political campaigns can get hot, but this is kind of ridiculous. What happened to winter around here? But I do want to thank you for coming out. We're going to try and make this short and sweet so that you can avoid the rain that may be coming, get out of this heat, and get home to your families and other things that you need to do. Tonight, it just wouldn't be right not to start this by paying tribute to Marion Moorman. Marion was first elected public defender in 1984. He has been my boss, he's been my mentor, but more importantly, he's been my friend. And he has been a great champion of the cause of indigent criminal defense. Whatever it is that Marion chooses to do after he leaves the public defender's office, I have no doubt that he will continue to be a zealous advocate on behalf of the rights of the criminally accused. But regardless of what he does, there will be a great void when we lose Marion as one of Florida's public defenders. I want to thank you for all you've done for me, for all you've done for the people of the 10th Circuit and the state of Florida.
Thank you, Rex. And as I told somebody earlier today, it has been a pleasure serving the people of this circuit for the 27 years, and it'll be 28 when I retire. And the office has done good things while I've been on board. And as I also told somebody else, it's pretty easy to look good when you're surrounded with a group of people who are dedicated to the same cause that you are. You're always willing to go that extra mile to make it happen. You know, there are a couple of people, and I see a couple of them here tonight, who were with this office when I joined it 27 years ago. And they will still be here after I'm gone. So it's that degree of dedication and professionalism that is at the core of this public defender's office of the 10th Judicial Circuit. I am leaving, and I did change my mind about running. When I got to thinking about it, I have had the best job with the best people for a long time. It's time for someone else to do that. And I don't know of anybody who can do a better job or who is better equipped to do that job, or that I would have more confidence in than Rex Dimmig. For the past 5-6 years, Rex has been immersed in the administrative side of running our office. He's been very much involved in our budgetary process. He's been involved in our state association's budgetary and legislative process and agenda. He's fought the good fight in Tallahassee. He knows what it's like to knock heads with others that are looking for the same scarce dollars that are out there to fund indigent resources and services. And I know that he can continue to do that. But at the same time, I could never support anybody for this job who was not able to go into a courtroom and try a case, because that is at the core of what we do. And Rex, even while he's been involved in administration, has continued to be certified and qualified to try capital cases, and has handled some death penalty cases while he's been doing everything else that he's done for the office. So it is with great pleasure that I am able to endorse Rex for this position. I think he's not only eminently qualified, but I know that the good policies that are in place will be continued, and that with his vision that there are just unlimited good things ahead for this office. Thank you, Rex.
Thank you, Marion. Campaign kickoff announcements have been held in many, many places over the years. People's homes, fancy ballrooms at luxury hotels, sometimes even outdoors, but usually with scenic or historic backdrops. This may be the first time that someone has announced their candidacy for political office basically in the parking lot behind an abandoned jail. But this place and this time hold a particularly significant meaning for me. In 1978, right over there, on the corner of an oyster shell and dirt parking lot, sat a blue metal industrial style building that was the office of the Public Defender for the 10th Judicial Circuit. On this very day, Monday, February the 6th, I walked through the front doors of that office and began my legal career. Much has changed since that time. I met and married the love of my life, the only woman I've ever loved, Lois. Thank you so much. I've had 3 remarkable children. Heather, who is now a teacher in Leesburg, Travis, who is a computer software developer back here in Lakeland, and my youngest son, Tyler, who is in his sophomore year studying accounting at the University of North Florida in Jacksonville. Professionally, things have changed as well. After 2 years in the Public Defender's office, I figuratively and quite literally crossed the street and went to work in the state attorney's office, where I prosecuted cases involving the sexual abuse of children and supervised the division where all cases of physical abuse and violent crimes against children were prosecuted. After 4.5 years, I followed what was considered the traditional legal path at that point in time. I went into private practice in the private sector, opening my own law office, specializing primarily in criminal and family law. Everything was good. I had a loving wife, a growing family, a successful legal practice. I should have been very happy, but something wasn't quite right. Somehow it just didn't feel quite right for me. The law had to be something more than just a way to make a living. It had to be something more than just a way to put food over my family's heads, or the food over their head would be interesting, a roof over their head, or food on their table. When I was in undergraduate school, I took a lot of history classes, and in them I heard repeatedly the phrase, equal justice under the law. When I went to law school, I heard the phrase many times again. But it really didn't have meaning for me. I really didn't understand at that time what it meant. It was only after I had practiced law, both as a criminal defense attorney and as a prosecutor, that I came to truly appreciate the meaning of the term equal justice under the law. And when I understood it, I knew that I had to take a different path. I could not follow the traditional route of a legal career. I needed to return to my roots, so I came back to the Public Defender's office. In 1988, I returned to this office where I've worked for 24 years now. The office has changed a lot, as well as I have changed a lot, but in many ways it's still the same. The people, are the same. They care about what they do. They care about the cause of indigent criminal defense. They caused me to remember that it was our founding fathers who, in the preamble to the Constitution, that part which explains why this great government that is the United States was created, that the requirement of justice, the establishment of justice, was mentioned second only to the need to establish the Union. We all know the words. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense. Justice was important to our founding fathers, just as it must be important to us today. Probably now more than ever, each and every one of us must redevote ourselves to the principles of our founding fathers. We must remember that 4 of the 10 amendments that are the Bill of Rights to our Constitution deal with the rights of the accused, and we must zealously defend them. We face immense challenges. The crime rate is down, but it's not low enough. Far too many people who have been in the criminal justice system reoffend. And we must all find ways in these difficult economic times to do our jobs in a more cost-efficient way. Over the course of the next few months, I look forward to the opportunity to discussing with the people of Polk, Hardee, and Highlands County my vision for the Public Defender's Office. I hope to be able to discuss with them the importance of defending the rights which our founding fathers so wisely included in our Constitution. It is important now as it was then. We, because of the time of our births, did not have the opportunity to be founding fathers of this great country. But each and every one of us has the opportunity, and I dare say the responsibility, to become defending fathers of this country. Last month we celebrated the 50th anniversary of a gentleman by the name of Clarence Earl Gideon filing a petition with the United States Supreme Court asking that the state of Florida finally give meaning to the words of the 6th Amendment guaranteeing the right of counsel to a criminally accused. He was serving a 5-year sentence in Florida prison after a trial in which he was not represented by an attorney, despite having asked for one. When the Supreme Court agreed with him and gave meaning to that 6th Amendment, those words that had existed for over 150 years, Florida was the first state to create a statewide public defender system. The 10th Judicial Circuit has had 4 great public defenders in that time. Leroy Horton, Jack Johnson, Jerry Hill, and Marion Mormon. They established a tradition of defending the rights that our founding fathers included in the Constitution, the rights that our Creator granted to all of us. Today I ask for your support as I begin my quest to continue their tradition. Thank you all very much for being here.